the sun-kissed kingdom of Lunareth, where joy was as common as the morning light, lived Princess Aveline. But she was no ordinary royal. While others saw comfort in silk gowns and court dances, Aveline found her calling in the crinkled edges of old maps, the whispers of ancient riddles and the thrilling tales of forgotten realms. She was brave, curious, and beloved by all for her adventurous spirit. The eve of her 16th birthday was meant to be a grand celebration. The palace shimmered with the glow of 1,000 lanterns. Bells chimed in harmony, and the very air buzzed with happiness. But as the festivities reached their peak, an unnatural darkness fell. A bitter wind howled through the once joyful halls, extinguishing candles and casting long, dancing shadows. From those shadows emerged a figure of pure malice. Nyxera, a vengeful fairy banished long ago for practicing forbidden stream magic. Her voice, cold as the grave, sliced through the silence. "You celebrate without me?" she hissed, her eyes burning with fury. "Then let the celebration be remembered for its sorrow." She raised a twisted hand, pointing a single gnarled finger at the princess. "Before the final candle fades, the princess shall fall into endless sleep, her body bound by thorns, her soul lost in dreams deep." As the grand clock tower struck midnight, the curse took hold. Aveline, the vibrant and fearless princess, collapsed into a slumber from which no one could wake her. From the very stones of the palace, black, thorny vines erupted, twisting and growing at an impossible rate. They snaked around the towers, covered the walls, and sealed her chamber in an impenetrable fortress of shadow and silence. The kingdom of Lunareth plunged into mourning, its light extinguished, its hope seemingly lost forever. But where one story ended, another was just beginning. In the deepest, darkest void of her cursed sleep, Aveline's eyes fluttered open. She wasn't in her royal chamber, wrapped in velvet sheets. She was somewhere else entirely. She stood in a world of swirling mist and soft, ethereal moonlight, a place that felt both strange and familiar. This was Somnaris, the realm between dreams. Here, the laws of the waking world didn't apply. Thoughts took physical form, shaping the very landscapes around her. Fear manifested as slithering monsters, and hope could forge a bridge across a bottomless chasm. A gentle light coalesced before her, forming a shimmering, soft-voiced spirit. "I am Luma," it whispered, its form like captured starlight. "A spirit of memory?" Luma explained the horrifying truth of her situation. While her soul had awakened in this dream realm, her physical body remained trapped in the waking world, encased in thorns, slowly withering away with each passing moment. Nyxera's curse was not just sleep. It was a slow spiritual decay. "You must break the spell from within," Luma urged, its voice filled with a quiet urgency. "Journey through the dream realms, confront the illusions born from your own heart, and shatter Nyxera's magic. But be warned, princess. You have only 3 dream cycles, 3 nights. If you fail, your connection to your body will be severed, and you will fade into nothingness forever." Aveline, though terrified, felt a flicker of her old fire return. This was a quest, a riddle, a journey into a forgotten realm, the very thing she had always craved. With a determined nod, she accepted her fate. Her adventure had begun. Her first trial led her to the Mirror Vale, a disorienting landscape filled with crystal-clear reflections. But these weren't ordinary mirrors. They showed not her image, but her deepest insecurities. One reflection sneered, "You are too weak to rule." Another whispered, "Your people have already forgotten you." They were lies, crafted from her own hidden fears, designed to paralyze her with self-doubt. For a moment, she faltered, the voices echoing in her mind. But then she remembered her people's love, her father's pride. She looked past the taunting images, focused on the truth in her heart, and declared, "I am more than my fears." As the words left her lips, the mirror shattered into a million pieces of light, revealing the path forward. Next, she entered the shifting labyrinth, a maze without walls, its paths made of pure thought. Every choice she made, every flicker of uncertainty, caused the labyrinth to twist and reconfigure itself. A wrong turn didn't lead to a dead end, but to a memory of failure, a time she fell from a horse, a riddle she couldn't solve. The maze was feeding on her hesitation. She realized she couldn't outsmart it. She had to trust her instincts. Closing her eyes, she let go of logic and walked, guided only by the faint, warm feeling of hope that Luma had ignited within her. The maze resisted, trying to confuse her, but her unwavering focus acted as a compass, leading her straight through its heart and onto the shores of her next trial. She arrived at the Sea of Forgotten Promises. The water was dark and heavy, and ghostly hands reached up from the depths, whispering temptations. "Stay with us," they cooed. Here there is no struggle, no pain, only quiet rest. These were the lost hopes and abandoned dreams of countless others, pulling her down into a peaceful but permanent oblivion. A part of her was tired, so tired of fighting. The idea of letting go was dangerously sweet. But then she saw a vision her kingdom, shrouded in gloom, her people living in fear. Her promise to protect them, a promise she made as a child, surged through her. "My promise is not forgotten," she yelled, her voice echoing across the water. The sea churned and a bridge of pure willpower formed beneath her feet, carrying her safely to the other side. Finally, she stood before her final challenge, the Illusion Citadel, Nyxura's fortress of despair. The citadel was a masterpiece of deception, its architecture defying gravity, its hallways twisting into impossible shapes. Reality itself seemed to bend to the fairy's will. At its dark heart, Aveline found Nyxura waiting, perched on a throne of shadows. "So, the little princess came to play in my world," Nyxura mocked, her voice dripping with condescension. "Did you enjoy the sights? The mirrors of your own inadequacy? The labyrinth of your failures? This is the truth of all mortals. Your hopes are illusions. Your dreams are prisons. And your courage is just fear, dressed in a pretty costume." Nyxura conjured Aveline's greatest fears, shadow beasts with glowing red eyes, visions of her kingdom in ruins, of her own body turning to dust. Aveline fought back, but her physical strength was useless here. Every beast she struck down simply reformed from the shadows. Despair began to creep in. Perhaps Nyxura was right. But then, Aveline looked past the terrifying illusions. She saw Nyxura for what she truly was, a creature fueled by bitterness and loneliness. Her power derived not from strength, but from the fear she inspired in others. In that moment of clarity, everything changed. The curse, the monsters, the citadel itself, they were all powered by Asterisk, her Asterisk fear. "You're wrong," Aveline said, her voice quiet but firm. The shadow beasts hesitated. "My dreams are not a prison. They are a part of me. My fears do not define me. They remind me of what I have to protect." She thought of her father's love, her people's trust, and her own adventurous heart. She didn't fight the fear. She embraced it. She accepted it as a part of her journey. "My hope is not a lie," she declared, her voice growing stronger, resonating with a power Nyxura couldn't comprehend. "It is a choice." As she embraced her own worth, her love for her kingdom, and her unwavering belief in herself, a brilliant light erupted from her heart, the light of pure, undiluted truth. The Illusion Citadel trembled. The shadow beasts dissolved into mist. Nyxura shrieked as her fortress of lies crumbled around her. With one final act of will, Aveline didn't just break the curse, she rewrote the dream. She imagined not just waking up, but waking up stronger. In the waking world, a miracle unfolded. The black, thorny vines that had choked the palace for so long withered into dust. Golden sunlight streamed through the windows for the first time in what felt like an eternity, flooding the silent halls with warmth. In her chamber on her bed, Princess Aveline's eyes fluttered open, just as the first rays of dawn broke over Lunareth. She was awake. She was alive. But she was not the same girl who had fallen asleep. She awoke wiser, stronger, with a profound understanding of the world's unseen. Nyxura, her power broken, vanished into the forgotten corners of the dream realm, her name fading to a whisper. From that day forward, Princess Aveline ruled not just with the courage she had always possessed, but with a deep empathy born from her journey. She understood the power of dreams, the weight of fear, and the unshakable strength of hope. And the kingdom of Lunareth learned a valuable lesson, that sometimes The greatest battles are not fought with swords and shields, but in the quiet of the night while the body sleeps, and the soul awakens. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of dreams, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more magical stories. Until next time, stay curious.